Hello dear students, myself Astrid sir. Today we will discuss the second part of your metallurgy chapter. Just to make a recap, last class we discussed about the different methods implemented for the concentration of ore. That is, again I am repeating, gravity separation, froth flotation process, magnetic separation and chemical separation. Now we will discuss in detail about these methods. So, different methods of concentration of ore. First one is gravity separation. What is this? In this process, the difference in density of ore and gangue, if it is there, then this method is implemented. What happens in this process? The powdered ore is spread on tables having grooves on the top. See, the diagram is given in your textbook. You can open it and refer it because it takes time to draw. So you can refer along with your textbook. What happens? The powdered ore is then washed with upward stream of water so that the lighter gangue particles are washed away and the heavier ore particles are left behind. This method is mainly implemented to the oxide ores of heavy metals like ions and tin and the native ore of silver, gold and platinum. Okay. Then the next method we are going to discuss is the froth flotation. This method is based on the principle of ore particles which are preferentially weighted by oil and while the gangue particles are weighted by water. Understood? The ore particles are preferentially weighted by oil whereas the gangue particles are weighted by water. So what is this method? The powdered ore is taken in a tank containing water and little pine oil. Understood? What is the purpose of adding pine oil? To make it a froth when the jet of air is passed. So what happens? The mixture is agitated by a rotating shaft and air is blown through the mixture to create a froth. Understood? Because of the pine oil you are getting the froth. So the ore particles are attracted to the air bubbles and float with froth on the surface and the ore can be removed very easily. So this is the method which is called froth flotation, and this method is used for the particular ores which are the sulfide ores, mainly the sulfide ores. There is a question, froth flotation is implemented to DASE ores, sulfide ores, or sometimes zinc sulfide or zinc blende is concentrated by which method? That is froth flotation method. Understood? So the sulfide ores, as an example I am telling you, zinc blende, that is ZNS, galena, that is PBS, and the copper pyrite, that is CuFeS2. Clear? These are the sulfide ores for which this method is implemented. Then the next method for concentration we will discuss is the magnetic separation. What is this method? This method is used when either ore or the impurities like gangue, what we are calling it as gangue, are magnetic in nature. Either ore or gangue is magnetic in nature. In this method, the powdered ore is fed onto a conveyor belt, which moves over two rollers. One of them is magnetic in nature, being magnetic. Understood? So for simple understanding, I made a diagram. This is the roller. The belt is moving like this. It is moving in this way and going in this way over the roller, and this roller is electromagnet. Understood? Then when the powdered ore is poured like this, the ore is passing over the belt like this and it is divided into two parts. The magnetic ore is attracted by the magnetic roller and it is attracted and it is collected here like this. These are the magnetic particles, and the non-magnetic particles are thrown away and it is falling in a different place. Clear? So like this it is collected in a heap here and here. Clear? This is the magnetic separation. So now for continuation, now the magnetic constituents are attracted by the magnetic roller, whereas the non-magnetic constituents are collected separately. So which ores are implemented or which ores are used for this method? In this method, the ores are used is magnetite, that is Fe3O4, chromite, FeO.Cr2O3, pyrolusite, that is MnO2. These are the ores which are used in this method. Okay. Then the last method for concentration of ore is the chemical separation or leaching process. Another term is leaching process. Clear? What is this? Here what happens, we are using some chemical reagents which dissolves the desired metal from the ore. Okay. So we'll continue. This method is based on difference in the chemical reactivity of the ore and the gangue towards a particular reagent. In this method what happens, the powdered ore is treated with a suitable chemical reagent. Understood? A suitable chemical reagent which selectively dissolves the desired metallic element or component of the ore. Understood? Which suitably dissolves the desired metallic component of the ore to form a soluble product. Then what happens on filtration? The impurities left behind. Clear? And the filtrate, what is that? The dissolved metallic component, okay, is treated with another suitable chemical reagent which precipitates the ore. Okay, so this is the method which is called chemical separation. Now which ore is used? The ore used is bauxite. Understood? The oxide ore, which is the bauxite, is used mainly for this method. Clear? Now these are the 4 methods what we are discussing about the concentration of ore. Now we got the concentrated ore by these methods. Then what the next step is the conversion of concentrated ore onto the metal oxide. Conversion of concentrated ore into metal oxides. There are 2 methods to convert to their metal oxides. These are calcination and roasting. What is calcination? Now we'll discuss. Calcination is the process where the concentrated ore is heated below its melting point in the absence of or limited supply of air. Understood? These 2 are the most important, below its melting point, and second is absence or limited supply of air. So what happens? The volatile impurities will be evaporated and the mass becomes porous. Understood? So this is the process which is called calcination. That is, once again repeating, the heating the concentrated ore below its melting point and in absence or limited supply of oxygen or air. Okay. For an example, zinc carbonate. On heating, it gives zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide will be passing away, removed on heating zinc carbonate. Clear? Then another example also we can discuss is the aluminium oxide .2H2, Al2O3.2H2O. What is this? Bauxite, which on heating it removes the water molecules separate. So this method is used for what? We can again say the calcination is generally used for carbonates and hydrated ores. Carbonate and hydrated ores. As we discussed zinc carbonate and another hydrated ore also we discussed, that is Al2O3.2H2O. Clear? The next method is the roasting. We discussed calcination and this is roasting to convert the concentrated ore to its metallic oxide. Okay. So what happens in this method? The concentrated ore is heated strongly below its melting point. The same thing, but here in presence of excess of air. But in case of calcination, in absence or limit supply of air. But in case of roasting, in presence of excess of air, that is called roasting. This removes similarly the volatile impurities and the ore changes to its oxides, metallic oxides. So as an example, we can take zinc sulfide, that is zinc blende. when treated with oxygen, it gives ZnO plus SO2, or FeS plus 11O2, it gives 2Fe2O3 plus 8SO2. So what happens? What are the type of ore here? These are the sulfide ores. So this method is used for the sulfide ores. Mainly sulfide ores are used for converting the sulfide ores to their metallic oxides by the process of roasting. Okay. Now next step is the extraction of metals by the reduction of metal oxide. A little I will tell you about this and what are the steps. Then next class we will discuss the detail of these methods. Okay. The metals are grouped in three categories. As you know, in a metal activity series, from top to bottom, when you are going in a metal activity series, the top one is highly reactive, then the middle one is moderately reactive, and the last one is the less or least reactive. Understood? So these three phases are there, three parts are there, which are categorized as metal oxides or metals of high reactive, metals of moderate reactive, and metals of low reactive. So in next class we will discuss about the details, but a few I will tell you. In case of highly reactive metals, what is the technique? Highly reactive metals, which comes potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminum. These are the highly reactive metals in the metal activity series, which you know it very well. And the technique is used, that is electrolysis, to extract the metal from the metal ores. Then the next one is moderate reactive metals. What are they generally? Zinc, iron, lead and copper. These are the moderate reactive metals. Then what is the method of extraction? By the process of reduction of oxide ores with carbon. Okay. Then next category is the less reactive metals, that is copper, silver and mercury. What is the method of extraction? The self reduction of sulfide ores by heating. Understood? Then the last category is the least reactive, that is Au and Pt, gold and platinum, which are the native ores. The occur always in a native state. Understood? Free state. So these are the categories what we will discuss in next class, about how the reduction takes place by for extracting the metals from the oxide ores. Okay. Thank you.